Meanwhile, a porn producer is sentenced to 20 years in custody for conspiracy and sex trafficking charges, which are tied to a local website. Ruben Garcia pleaded guilty last year to the federal charges. He is one of 6 people accused of recruiting young girls to be featured on the pornographic website girlsdoporn.com. Now, prosecutors say Garcia and his co-defendants lied to the victims, claiming those videos would only be distributed privately rather than online. The website and its operators were also sued by 22 women featured in its videos, with a San Diego judge awarding them nearly $13 million at the end of the civil trial. The site's co-creator, Michael James Pratt, still remains at large, with a reward of up to $10,000 available for information leading to his arrest.
Well, you know, there's always situations in the entertainment business. And, you know, when people complain about porn and say, oh, it's evil and stuff like that because of this, you got to point yourselves to look at what has happened in Hollywood, actually. You know, you hear the situations where, you know, you have producers doing some things that they're not supposed to do, a la Harvey Weinstein. And there have been other situations where people shouldn't have done what they did, Alec Baldwin. And, you know, you have, you know, situations where people have just spewed out stuff that is completely total garbage. And this is the reason why Hollywood is the way it is. But, you know, you're going to have issues in all industries. It doesn't matter whether it's just entertainment alone and all that. And you got bad people in the world. You're always going to have bad people. And just like the controversial girls do porn, there was a bad person involved in this. Before we read this article out of XBiz, once again, I want to thank those of you who have subscribed, like, share, and hit that notification bell. We really do appreciate that. We've got the 700 level. Hurrah! Thank you, thank you, thank you. We really do appreciate that. And if today's the day, I hope I've earned your subscription. If you haven't, please do click on. You know, this is the kind of content we normally put on this channel, and a lot of it is stories that are, you know, not a lot of content creators talk about, and the mainstream media stays away from. From XBiz, girls do porn cameraman sentenced for stalking former models. A San Diego man formerly employed by Girls Do Porn was sentenced Friday to a year and a day in prison for stalking the 22 former models who sued the website and its owners and employees before a criminal sex trafficking investigation shuttered it. As XBiz reported, Alexander Brian Foster, who once served as cameraman for Girls Do Porn, pleaded guilty in January to a single federal stalking charge. Foster admitted that he was hired by Girls Do Porn owners to create a derogatory video title called 22 Whores plus 5 Shady Lawyers versus Girls Do Porn, the intent of which, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office, was to intimidate the women who had brought the lawsuit and retaliate against them by identifying them in a very public manner. The prosecutor stated that Girls Do Porn owner Michael Pratt and his main associate Michael Wolf hired Foster to create the video, which apparently never released on the internet. During the civil and criminal actions, victims, lawyers, and prosecutors allegedly that Pratt at some point controlled the adult industry gossip website Porn Leaks in order to blackmail the models with threats of exposure. In July of 2020, Wolf pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit sex trafficking. The San Diego Tribune reported that Wolf admitted as a part of his plea that he was aware that the names and social media accounts for some women were posted on another website controlled by Pratt, resulting in several severe harassments of women by internet trolls. Still, Wolf and others continue to assure recruits that their videos and identities will remain secret. In December 2022, Pratt was captured in Madrid, Spain, after escaping the U.S. in 2019 and becoming one of the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitives starting in 2021. Really? FBI did that? As of last month, Pratt was being held in Madrid by Spanish authorities pending extradition to the U.S. See, the thing is that they're going to be bad actors in this business. No matter what, whether it's the adult business, whether it's Hollywood, you're always going to have someone trying to do something illegal. And we've seen this many a time. We've heard the stories, the Hollywood secrets that are out there as well. There are people that are going to be really bad. I mean, do you know there was a group of guys on the East Coast, I think it was Pennsylvania, if I'm not, was it the Johnson Group? That literally ran a segment of the adult industry. And, there were stories of, what was it, the story with Ron Jeremy, that basically he wanted to take one of their girls away, and they literally wanted to kill him at one point. But that never materialized. That never happened. The girl never left. She stayed with that particular group. But, there's always going to be bad guys, There are going to be good people and bad people. That's why, when you look at the general overall of the adult industry, there's a lot of women in the adult industry running a lot of companies these days. They have their own firms and organizations and production houses on there. And there are a lot of guys that are running the business that have been doing it for many years and had no issues to the situation. But you get guys like this who, have done really wrong. Because one thing, ladies out there, if you're planning to try out for something like this and think, they said, well, I'm not going to give my name. I don't want my name to be put out there. One thing about it is, put yourself in this situation. You're going in front of a camera to do whatever. Like a Girls Gone Wild, girls who do porn, whatever. Your face is out there. Note that there is a lawsuit right now with Hulu for the documentary Freaknik about the Atlanta spring break parties that they've had for many years in Atlanta, Georgia. And there are some people who are now wealthy, they're big business, that are suing the makers of the documentary because they don't want to be shown in a bad light. So what does that tell you? If you're going, if you're going to do the crime, you're going to do the time. But this is what happens. If you're going to go in front of that camera, they're going to know you. Tracy Lords, Vanessa Del Rio. How many of these girls, if that wasn't their real name, that they changed their name on there. But people knew them. They knew them by face. They became very popular. One thing is that if you do something that is going to gain you some fame, whether it's just 15 minutes or make you into an internet classic or an adult industry classic or, a film star that, go on for many years, it's going to happen. Marilyn Monroe wasn't Marilyn Monroe. Her name was Norma Jean. Remember that. Many people, they think that they can hide from their life. They said, oh my God, I did a porn. So you did a porn. So what? It didn't really hurt most people on there. Unless you're like in the school, stuff like that, which, if you're doing that while you're teaching, hey, listen, all for you if you want to make some extra cash. But no, you might get in trouble as far as that situation. But, that's your business. That's your business. And if it makes you popular, fine. If it just, you just get that one moment and someone sees you and stuff like that, that's okay too. That's a fan. So tell me in the comments below your thoughts about this. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, share, and thank you for clicking on this video. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye now.